MadBhagavad, Chapter-7, Paramahamsa Vijnana Yoga, Realization of the Ultimate Truth. Verse 1. Lord Krishna said, O Arjuna, hear how that with your consciousness absorbed in me, taking complete shelter of me, executing the science of uniting the individual consciousness with the ultimate consciousness, you will be able to know me completely free from doubt. I shall now explain to you fully this phenomenal knowledge, along with its realization, which by knowing, nothing further remains to be known in this world. Verse 3. Out of many thousands of men, hardly one endeavors for the perfection of self-realization. And of those so endeavoring, hardly one has achieved the perfection of self-realization. And of those, hardly one knows me in truth. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, spiritual intelligence, and false ego. Thus these are the eightfold divisions of my external energy. O mighty armed one, this external energy is inferior. But superior to this, you should know another, my marginal energy, comprising the embodied souls of all living entities, by which this material world is utilized. Be aware that everything living is manifested by these two energies of mine. I am the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer of all the worlds. O Arjuna, there is nothing superior to me. Everything exists is connected to me like pearls on a thread. O Arjuna, I am the sweetness of flavor in water, the radiant luster of the sun and the moon, the primordial root syllable Om within all the Vedas, the subsonic element of sound in ether, and the ability in man. I am the original fragrance in the earth, the heat in fire, and the vitality of all beings. Also I am tolerance in those who perform austerity. O Arjuna, try to understand me as the eternal origin of all living entities. I am the wisdom of the spiritually intelligent, and the prowess of the powerful. O Arjuna, I am the strength of the strong, devoid of attachment and passion, and the energy of procreation in all beings, which is not contrary to righteousness. Verse 12. Know that all states of beings, in the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and whatever is in the mode of ignorance, as being manifested by me alone. But I am not within them. They are within me. This complete universe is deluded by the threefold condition of the modes of the external energy. Certainly no one knows me, who is beyond them, immutable. Verse 14. This divine illusion of mine, consisting of the three modes of the external energy, certainly is difficult to overcome. But those who surrender unto me, they only are able to surmount this illusory energy. The depraved, the foolish, the lowest levels of humanity do not surrender unto me. Their discrimination degraded by the illusory energy, they betake to the nature of the demoniac. O best of the Bharatas, 4 types of pious persons render devotional service unto me: the distressed, the seeker of knowledge, desirers of wealth, and men of wisdom. Among them, the man of wisdom, always engaged exclusively in devotional service, is superior, since to the cultivator of wisdom I am extremely dear, and he is dear. Verse 18. All these persons are certainly worthy, but in my opinion the man of wisdom is one with me, because he is situated solely in self-realization of me as the highest. Verse 19. Thus, after innumerable births, one perfected in wisdom, understanding fully the Supreme Lord as the ultimate cause of all causes, surrenders unto me. Such a great soul is very rare. Those deprived of discrimination by various desires, impelled by their particular natures, worship the lesser demigods, adapting to the applicable rites and rituals. Whichever demigod a particular devotee desires with faith to worship, I surely sustain firmly that. Verse 22. Endowed with that firm faith, the devotee executes worship of this demigod, and sanctioned by me solely, obtains that which he desires. 23. The result of those of insufficient understanding is temporary. The votaries of the demigods obtain the demigods, but my devotees obtain me. Unable to comprehend my imperishable, exalted, and supreme state of being, the spiritually deficient regard me, the unmanifest, as coming into existence. I am not manifest to everyone, being veiled by my illusory potency in the external energy. The ignorant in this world cannot understand me, the unborn and imperishable. Verse 26. O Arjuna, I know equally the past, present, and future, and all living life forms. Verse 27. But no one knows me. O Arjuna, at the commencement of universal creation, all forms of life are in delusion by the illusions of duality, born of desire and aversion. O conqueror. Verse 28. But those persons performing virtuous activities, whose sins have been completely eradicated, they being free from the delusion of duality, conscientiously and determinedly engage in devotional service unto me. Verse 29. Those who endeavor for liberation from old age and death take shelter of me. Such persons learn the ultimate truth, the embodied self, and the entire subject of action. Verse 30. Those who know me, the ultimate personality, as the governing principle of the phenomenal existence, as the underlying foundation of all the demigods, and as the unmitigated sustainer of the performance of all sacrifices, they, with their minds absorbed in me, can know me even at the moment of death. Thus ends the Sri Bhagavad Gita Trust translation of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 7, entitled Paramahamsa Vijnana Yoga, Realization of the Ultimate Truth.